We are now ready for the last one, ladies and gentlemen. It is the heavyweight title fight of the evening. We're going to bring the man who holds the belt up first. And he's got it with him as well. Luke Golden Robinson, ladies and gents. How you doing, mate? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Jolly good. Are you? Did you win at football today?
No, we lost 2-0.
Oh, okay. What position did you play?
I got sent off, centre half.
You got sent off and you were centre half, so basically you're the reason the team lost.
Oh, we're 2-0 down already.
There's no excuses, you're centre half.
Yeah, well, I'm the reason we lost.
What did you get sent off for?
Two bookable offence. Yeah, I tried to get here earlier.
Okay. You were still later than you said you were going to be. And your opponent, the challenger for what you hold at the moment, the Fightclub heavyweight belt. Please welcome up Phil Williams. How are you doing, Phil? Good to see you, mate. What's going on? There's a press conference, mate. You should have told. Yeah? Right, okay. So, it's kind of my job. I've got to do things like that, haven't I? Right, we're gonna come to you first. You do hold the belt at the moment. Got to say, cracking fight last time. I've spoken to Jamie, who was your opponent. It was a brilliant fight. First 2 rounds were crackers. Jamie said he had them in the bag, the first 2. Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, that's good as.
Yeah, okay. I had it at 1 apiece. I had the first round and the second round 1 apiece. I can't remember which way round now. Sorry?
That's what you know about boxing, isn't it?
No, I'm sure it's what you know about
You go with Rob
boxing.
Penny.
I'll go back to Coronation Street. And then you caught him with a sweet one, and he went down to the canvas. You must have been absolutely buzzing. You know, you won the title. Just talk us through those rounds there.
Yeah, Jamie boxed my head off at least the second round. He boxed me all around the ring. I just timed a good shot and just got lucky and caught him. And yeah, that was the end of it really. And got a little bit on the hype train, didn't I? All the lads backstage gave me a bit of grief, and I went, yeah, let's fight Phil Williams. And Hobbsy's got the fucking camera in my face, hasn't he? And there's no going back from that then. So here I am fighting him.
Sorry, my phone. I apologise. Phil, did you see his last one? Did you see where he won the title?
I heard about it. I was chilling in Jamaica, mate, when that show was going on. So I heard about it. And to be honest, I only actually watched the knockout about 2 weeks ago. So I heard it was a.
It was a good knockout, wasn't it? You got to give him credit. It was a good knockout.
Yeah, caught him flush. Boxing only takes 1 punch at the end of the day, and that's all it took, clearly. So.
And is it only going to take 1 punch on the night?
Yeah, boxing takes 1 punch in.
Who's that punch going to come from?
Well, we'll see on the night, won't we, about it?
Yes, yeah, okay, we will. So that was your last fight, Luke?
No.
No?
I lost that in Plymouth, didn't I?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you went down to Plymouth, right, okay, so you actually lost your last fight. How many fights have you had now?
16.
16 fights, okay, but you are the champion, that's why you're in the ring. And obviously you were fighting on the away show, so sometimes that doesn't work out fantastic for you, yeah. Phil, when was the last time you fought?
Last April, boxed Roma on your show, I Am.
Oh, sorry, what show was that? I didn't quite hear it. Was that the I Am promotion show? Yeah, that's happening again this year, you know, made sick at the Oasis. Just saying, hashtag just saying doing this. So you fought last April, so it's been a long while. You've been out of the ring, like 10 months? 10 months, I think it is?
By the time I get in the ring, it's going to be 10 months. So, yeah, it's a while out, to be honest. But
you're still doing training? Training hard?
Yeah, training. I've done nothing since April. Since my last fight with Rome, I haven't boxed, broke my hand, I was in a cast for like 3 months. Basically decided I was going to knock it on the head. But, as the shows are so good, like you guys, I Am Fightclub put on, it's just being drawn out, and then, I vacated the belt, what Luke obviously won against Jamie.
Yeah, of course, because it was yours previously.
He won against Bam Bam. Bam Bam, yeah, so I vacated that belt. Luke beat Bam Bam for it, fair play, and then obviously defended it against Jamie. So yeah, I just got the urge for it again, see where I'm at. 10 months is a long time.
And you want to bring that belt back your way?
Yeah, that's the plan,
Okay, he's been out the ring a long time, Luke. 10 months by the time he steps back in. So you haven't done anything since you fought Roma. You obviously been training. I've seen it on Facebook down with the Scrappers Lounge with Paul Rogers and everybody. Sure, that's going to be in your favour. And you've been active. You kept active.
Yeah, I've been really active. This is really the hardest I've ever trained. I think this is probably the best time for me to fight Phil. He's not been active. He probably probably not trained in them 10 months that he was off. He probably just started his camp and that. But this is probably the best time for me. I'm busier in rounds that I've ever been. You know, I'm boxing 5, 6, 7 hard rounds, great intensity that I've never done before. You know, people are used to me waiting, not doing much. You know, and as Phil said, waiting for the one signature shot. I know I've had to change it up. I've spoken with Paul and Rich, and I've had to change it up for this one. This is going to be a completely different me. I'm either going to try and knock him out or get taken out by a knockout, because, you know, Phil's a great boxer. He's got a lot more experience than me. But yeah, Diamond is shield today. I'm going to try and take him out the same as he's going to try and take me out.
So
none of us will walk onto a shot.
Yeah, so it's heart on the sleeve, it's all or nothing, just going for it. Phil, what you say to that? He's going in knockout or get knocked out, basically. He's going full throttle for it.
Yeah, more game for anybody, anyone in the ring. I haven't avoided anyone. I've been on the circuit. This is, off the top of my head, this is going to be like my 38th white collar fight, putting on top of that 8 previous amateurs. You know, the experience, the event itself doesn't faze me. It's just putting on the performance. I know within myself I can do that. I box the best out there. I've not ducked no one. To me, Luke's got the biggest fight of his life. He knows that. I've got the biggest. Every fight is the biggest fight of my life because I don't want to lose. So I take every opponent seriously. I know I've got the skills, I've got the materials to do what I need to do and effectively win any contest that's put in front of me. That's what I intend to do.
Okay, and I gotta say, guys, this is a fight that everyone has been waiting to see. 2 of the best heavyweights on the circuit in Swindon. Everybody wants to see it. It's a fight that it had to happen. I know before you were waiting because you wanted to raise your game a little bit, fight a few more people, get that bit more experience, because like you say, Phil's got that experience behind him.
This ain't the pro game, but you're still in the hook game, whether it's unlicensed or not. And nobody should fight anyone unless they feel ready. And if you've got, a lot of people get stick for having a coach, but they're looking out for your best interest. And if they say you're not ready to fight Phil, get 3 more fights under your belt and then fight him, why not? I'm not going to take goading from people to go and fight.
Of course, and I've got to say your coach is a well-respected,
he's the most well-respected man in the town.
Exactly,
if he says you're not ready at the moment, then I'm not ready and I wouldn't fight. But we believe now that I've had the experience and the time's right for me to fight Phil to beat him.
Yeah, no, of course, I respect that, and I'm sure Phil, everyone respects it. I know people do moan about the coaching side of things sometimes, but at the end of the day, like you said, they are looking after your best interest. So it's fair play to them. Phil, what I'm going to ask you now is, what have you got to say? I want you to be a little bit, not so horizontal. Yeah, just tell me, or not me, but tell these guys and tell Luke what's happening, what's coming from on the night, and tell them where that belt's going.
I'm not spiteful in any way. I give every boxer that gets in the ring and puts a pair of gloves on the respect that they deserve. I know Luke's been doing hard training. I speak to Richard. Richard put me through my paces. I know Richard's a good coach, but I stick with my coach, and my original coach is that, as most of you know. And yeah, Luke's been putting in a hard work, but this is boxing, and in boxing you can put in the work, you can put in the strength and conditioning, but you've got to have that boxing game plan, because you can be as fit as a fiddle, but if you can't throw the punches, if you can't take the punches, and you can't perform on the night, then the conditioning, my French, don't mean shit. And on the night, credit to Luke, he's put the work in, and I respect that. And even his own coach has said, come out of his shell, because he's been one to be lazy in the gym like we all have. But on the night, the belt comes back to where it originally got vacated for. I never lost the belt, I never lost a belt. Well, I say I never lost the belt, I lost to Jose, as we all know, very close fight, tough fighter. Everyone had their opinions on that fight, but I'm ready to just come back and just win the bout. Afterwards we'll have a good drink, we'll have a laugh, we'll come up to Bakerstreet, everyone come Bakerstreet and have a good after party, and thank Steve for putting on another good show as it's going to be. But my training's been going well, probably 5 weeks in now, putting in, I know Luke says 6-7 rounds, and sort of 13-14 back-to-back rounds. I know Luke only wanted the 3 2-minutes. I was a bit pissed off with that because I've never won a title over 3 2-minute rounds. I've never defended a title over 3 2-minute. I wanted the more rounds. Luke said he wanted to test himself, but he only wants 3 2-minute rounds. So that, does bother me a bit, because I'm thinking, if you want to test yourself, then let's go through the round, let's make it a championship fight. But it is what it is. The rounds have been agreed, it's packed card, as Steve said, so the 3-2s is what it is, and in the 3-2s, mate, it just happens within 3-2s, and the back comes back to where it originally came from. Mate.
Okay. Luke, what are you going to say to that? All of it.
Yeah, obviously I spoke to Steve about the rounds, and Steve said if we wanted to do more we could, but then he went on to the card is packed, so we might not have time. I was considering doing more rounds, and it's going to sound like a dick. I don't mean it to be a dick, but Phil pissed me off on Facebook that night, and I basically said, look, I'm the champion, Phil's doing what I tell him to. And that was as simple as it is, and I knew it would piss him off a bit, and that was the idea. He's doing 3-2s because I tell him he's doing 3-2s. And that's as simple as it is.
I tried that once with my ex-missus and that was she pissed me off. I was like, no, fuck it, I'm the king, I'm doing, what you say.
You should take relationship advice from Jamie Lee, he's happy.
I know, he is happy. So that's it, but he said the belt was going back to him. What he said to that as well. I'm not worried about the rounds thing, but
yeah, he's got to believe that he's going to take the belt back, the same as I've got to believe that I'm going to beat him, It'd be amazing to be the first guy to chin him. No, he's never been dropped, he's never been chinned. It'd be amazing. I believe I've got the power to do it, but I also know he's got the skills to not get hit flush. He's been hit by big guys. The thing is, when you get hit by these people like Nick Tuckett and all that sort of guys, you're expecting the shot. So you've already taken half the shot out when it lands because you expected it. I don't think Phil believes that I can hit hard. There are people to tell you how hard I do hit, and when it does catch, I think I will shock him. He will think, fucking hell, alright, maybe he can catch me, and then he might, go back a couple of steps. But we'll see. I'm definitely gonna hit him hard, and we'll see where we go from there.
Okay, fantastic, guys. This is going to be one hell of a tear up. Let me promise you that. At the moment, this belt is with Luke Golden Boy Robinson. Previously, it was with Phil Williams. He vacated it. Then went on holiday to Jamaica. Chill out. So you're doing Jamaica, right? Chill out. Yeah. And now Luke's got the belt. But Phil said it's coming back to him. He can do the training. It's a step up. Luke's admitted that it's a step up for him. It's going to be his biggest challenge yet. Phil, it's every fight that he has is his biggest fight. He never wants to lose. All I can do, guys, is wish you all the best. I think it's going to be a cracking night. I'm so looking forward to doing this show. It's going to be great. So, good luck. Good luck for the 4th. Luke, pleasure to see you. Phil, always a pleasure to see you, mate. I wish you all the best. Let's get some face-off photos.
Face the camera, boys, for some pictures. Look in the middle.
No paparazzi Ben wants the eyes on him. Well done, boys.
Please round of applause for Luke Golden Boy Robinson and Phil Williams.